The words hit Dr. Evelyn Carter like ice water at 3:47 p.m. on a Tuesday that started normal. And by the time the confrontation in the Crestwood City security office escalated, the air inside the lobby felt tight enough to snap. She stood, professional in her navy blazer, clutching a simple noise complaint form, while Sergeant Vance ignored her with the deliberate boredom of someone who enjoyed withholding basic service. When he finally acknowledged her, his sarcasm cut the room. His pen dropped theatrically, clattering on the tile, forcing her to bend and retrieve it while cameras captured everything. She held her composure, though her bag concealed professional credentials that could have ended the performance instantly. But she waited, and the witnesses watched. Vance's insults sharpened as he questioned her neighborhood, her finances, even her presence, all while Mr. Thorne's stream ticked upward. Dr. Carter's silence made his sneers louder, and the phone's recording made him bolder. When she requested a supervisor, he mocked her again, muttering loud enough for the live stream to hear. And when Inspector Morris arrived, tall and immovable, he took Vance's version of events without hesitation, presenting the united front of two men certain of their authority. Dr. Carter, aware of every watching eye, continued with precision. She cited the ordinance, requested basic service, and withheld the information that would have reordered the room. Meanwhile, Morris and Vance responded with synchronized mockery, belittling her work, her complaint, and her tone. Additional officers formed a semicircle, creating pressure disguised as protocol. Still, she remained poised. The lobby buzzed with viewers, whispers, and the uneasy awareness that something was deeply wrong. When asked whether she was streaming, she answered carefully, revealing nothing, triggering suspicion in Morris, who sensed the situation slipping. Vance, however, insisted that she had been argumentative from the moment she entered. The officers nodded as though they had witnessed defiance instead of patience. Tension thickened. It was then that Dr. Carter finally opened the business card holder. She placed one card on the counter, crisp, unmistakable, bearing her full title, Chief of Staff, City General Hospital. The shift was instantaneous. The witnesses gasped. The live stream exploded. Morris's posture faltered, and even Vance's smirk evaporated. She did not raise her voice. She did not threaten. She simply explained that her work involved city-wide oversight, that she had walked in anonymously to file a routine complaint, and that the behavior she had endured raised serious concerns about the department's professionalism. She also noted that her board meeting, now minutes away, concerned municipal partnerships, including security services. Suddenly, the power in the room reversed. Morris tried to pivot, offering belated courtesy. Vance attempted an apology that landed as hollow damage control. But the witnesses, still recording, had already seen too much. Dr. Carter accepted the form, completed it swiftly, and left without another word. The live stream continued long after the door closed, capturing officers whispering, realizing the storm ahead. The public reaction grew by the minute, demanding answers. And in the days that followed, Crestwood searched for explanations even as silence settled over the security office, a silence thick with consequences yet to unfold. Dr. Carter, professional and steady, spoke only once more about the incident, telling a colleague that respect should not depend on recognition. Yet the footage continued spreading, leaving the department scrambling. Reports circulated of internal reviews, emergency meetings, and growing political pressure. Still, no official statement came. Meanwhile, the witnesses, Mr. Thorne, Ms. Cruz, and journalist Sarah Kim, were approached repeatedly for details. Each described the same pattern: delays, mockery, and escalating hostility directed at a woman who had remained calm throughout. Viewers debated motives, questioned training standards, and demanded reforms. Some asked why the officers felt so emboldened. Others wondered how often similar encounters went undocumented. The story spread beyond Crestwood, reaching neighboring districts, prompting city officials to acknowledge concerns without offering clarity. Inside the hospital, staff whispered, surprised that their poised chief had endured such treatment. Dr. Carter, however, insisted on returning to routine, claiming that the focus should remain on patient care. Her refusal to comment publicly heightened curiosity, but she continued working as though the incident were merely an inconvenience, not a revelation. Still, even she sensed the shift around her, a quiet recognition that the situation had sparked a wider conversation about accountability. In the security office, meanwhile, routines fractured. Officers spoke in hushed tones, supervisors hovered, and Morris found himself answering questions he had never expected. Vance, once smug, now avoided eye contact, his earlier confidence replaced with uncertainty. The atmosphere changed not through force, but through exposure, the power of a moment witnessed by hundreds. And as the week closed, the city waited, watching the unfolding repercussions, aware that the confrontation had not ended. IT had only begun to show how fragile their authority truly was, and how much further the fallout was destined to spread. Bradley shifted uncomfortably. Something about this situation felt fundamentally wrong. Dr. Carter's phone buzzed again. The message preview showed Security Commission meeting agenda. Item 4. Use of force review. Item 7. Community relations. The screen went dark. Morris stepped closer, using his presence as intimidation. Look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. You can file your complaint quietly, or we discuss your attitude in private. 5 officers now surrounded her. The live stream count hit 891 viewers. A more private setting? Dr. Carter remained calm. Are you suggesting detention for filing a noise complaint? I'm suggesting cooperation, Morris said, tone hardening. Dr. Carter placed her briefcase on the counter deliberately. I understand procedures better than you might imagine, she said quietly. Inside were legal folders and documents that could shake careers. The business card holder gleamed under fluorescent lights. Morris's confidence faltered as he watched her poised composure. 4:44 p.m., 16 minutes remained. She opened the business card holder, revealing her credentials for anyone across the counter. Dr. Evelyn Carter, Chief of Staff, City General Hospital System. The effect was immediate. Vance froze. Morris wavered. The live stream exploded. She added a second card. Board member, Crestwood City Security Commission. Officers paled. A third card. Wife of Captain Daniel Carter, Internal Affairs Division. Silence filled the room. Every dismissive comment, every smirk now became evidence. Sergeant Vance, badge 9153, Dr. Carter said evenly. You've just provided documented evidence of policy violations witnessed by over 1,500 viewers. She slid a manila folder across the counter labeled Security Commission Oversight Report, Confidential. Morris attempted to intervene. Dr. Carter, perhaps we can resolve this privately. She shook her head. Privately? The private setting you threatened me with minutes ago. Her phone buzzed with urgent calls from a mayor, which she ignored. Gentlemen, I oversee the hospital system providing your psychiatric services, serve on the board controlling your $38 million budget, and my husband investigates officer misconduct. Morris's composure broke. Dr. Carter gestured toward the phones. Your actions are captured. The live stream is spreading. Ms. Kim has enough material for investigative reporting. Vance looked sick. Morris tried again. Dr. Carter, we can address this internally. No, she said firmly. This is documented abuse of authority, discrimination, and misconduct. She called her husband. Captain Carter's voice came cold and commanding. Put Morris on the phone. Morris obeyed, knowing the gravity. Orders followed. Immediate suspension for Vance, mandatory bias training and reprimand for Morris, review of procedures for Thompson and Bradley. Dr. Carter returned her cards. You assumed weakness, ignorance, and compliance. Instead, you encountered authority, knowledge, and accountability. The live stream counted 2,956 viewers. Transparency and reform will follow. Your behavior will no longer go unchecked. She paused at the door. And Sergeant Vance, next time, remember that appearances deceive. That woman might determine your career trajectory. The lobby remained frozen. Dr. Carter exited. Justice had been served through accountability, documented truth, and corrective action, ensuring systematic change and professional conduct for the future.